Isadora Duncan's father, Joseph Duncan, had a colorful life. He had a number of professions, including newspaper editor and publisher, real estate developer, and banker. He was a connoisseur of the arts, a founder and president of the San Francisco Art Association. Not long after Isadora's birth, her parents divorced because Joseph Duncan fell in love with another woman, a woman who was a San Francisco neighbor, the beautiful 20-odd-year-old, sought-after divorcee poet, Ina Coolbrith. Ina had moved from Los Angeles to San Francisco in 1862 and found work as an English teacher. She began in earnest to write poems, and Duncan published her poetry. By the 1870s, Ina started holding literary salons in her home on Russian Hill, and in this way she introduced new writers to publishers. It was there that she met Joseph Duncan, who was a part of the art and literary scene in San Francisco. Joseph Duncan was a poet, a dreamer, a musician, and a connoisseur of the arts. Ina was the one great love of his life. She later wrote that Duncan had been so gentle, so great an idealist, and so fine a poet. But after the bitter disappointment of her failed marriage and the death of her child in Los Angeles, Ina would spend the rest of her life unattached to any one man. By coincidence, many years later, across the San Francisco Bay, in the growing village of Oakland, Ina Coolbrith learned to know and love one of the Duncan children, Isadora, who had moved to Oakland with her mother and other siblings after the divorce. Isadora's many visits to the Oakland Library carried her intellect and spirit back to the classical culture of ancient Greece, where the natural, unaffected, spontaneous Grecian art became her inspiration and dream to do what she loved most, to dance. She was aided in this quest by Oakland librarian Ina Coolbrith, who in November of 1874 opened one of the first libraries in the West, in Oakland, California. The library was open 6 days a week from 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. And for her 72-hour week, Ina received $80 a month. Isadora Duncan effusively praised Ina Coolbrith for the impact that she had on her life in her autobiography entitled My Life, which was published shortly after her tragic death at age 50, when her flowing scarf became entangled in the wheels and axle of the open car in which she was riding in Nice, France. At her death, Isadora Duncan had created a new American modern dance and taught its flowing, natural, rhythmic style all over the world.